Hello everyone, my name is Kade, and 3 years ago, I decided to move from the US to China. And in that time, a lot of people have asked me, my friends, my family, whoever it might be, why would you do that? Why would you leave the US to go to China? Because nowadays, it's not really the most feasible thing to do. It's kind of a different road. So I thought, I'll make this video so that I can explain myself and maybe give some people some insight into the life of an expat in China. So real quick, as you guys can actually see, I've already made an article on this topic where I covered a little bit different subject matter on why I decided to move from the United States to live in China. This is on my Medium page, as you can see here, Kade Maijala. If you're interested in all things expat and China related, you can come check out my Medium. The link will be in the description just for some more content. If you want to learn about how to be an expat, expat life, or anything about China, you can come check it out. I highly recommend it. I post once a week and I've done so for about a year. And now we're going to head back to the video. Thanks. And I need to say, if you are interested in anything expat life, whether it be how to become an expat, what do expats do, and different things about this or different things about China and little things sprinkled in between, you can hit the subscribe button, as this is my first video, but I'm planning to make more akin to this one, as well as vlogging content and some different things along the road. So I hope you can join me on this journey, and you can hit the subscribe button so you can see when I upload a new video. Thank you so much. All right, team, here we are. So I want you to imagine, right here, this is 19-year-old Kade. He's having a real good time. He's going to University of Washington in Tacoma. He's going to graduate later this year, having a real good time. But that can't last forever, because over here is a basket. And in this basket is all of this motherfucker's eggs. 19-year-old Kade had all of his eggs in one single basket. And now, viewer, you might be asking, what basket was that? Well, it was the JET program. It's called like the Japanese English Teaching Program. And he was 6 months in the application process, 6 months of interviewing, and he was ready to go to Japan, see his friends over there, start to work a little bit. And they said, you thought, motherfucker, see you later. They said, no, we don't want you. So 19-year-old Kade, his smile became, he was real sad, right? His smile went away, like HBK, right? So that happened. Kade was real sad, and that day was not a good day. But after that, Kade decided, well, you know, that same day, ooh, I'm a sad guy, he was going to go to a house party with his friend Mo. His friend Mo had a big party. He was going to go say what's up. And right here, I don't know why Mo is so short, but this is Mo. And Mo said, hey man, you want to go to China? And 19-year-old Kade said, okay. So yeah, Mo said, hey man, well, my friend has a school in China. I think you know him. You went to the same school. His name is Chen. And they need teachers. You got rejected. You're all sad to go to Japan. Why not try going to China? And I thought about it. And I said, all right, man, well, give me his contact and I'll think about it. All right, so I'll break it down real quick. My thought process to go to Japan, I had 3 major goals for what I wanted to do when I got out of school. The first major goal was to pay off my student loan, my student debt, right? I wanted to get that out of the way, get that figured out. I don't want to deal with a big debt. I think this is what most people can relate to, right? Second was I needed to save money so that when I finished paying the loan, I can restart my life, back in the U.S. or wherever I choose to go in a comfortable way. And third, of course, was to see new things. I wanted to experience new things. And I thought, not a lot of people, especially nowadays, get to go to China, get to experience that culture. Like, we read everything online. We see the news stories and articles about what specific places are like. Like, China is like this. They have this bad thing or this good thing going on. And I just said, man, I don't want to listen to this news anymore. I just want to see it for myself. So these were my 3 goals. 1 was to pay off my loan. 2 was to save money once I finished paying off the loan. And 3rd was just to see new things while I'm still young. I don't want to have an office job yet. I want to be able to travel around, right? So these 3 things, I did the math, right? Comparing conversion rates from USD to Japanese yen to yuan to RMB, and it made a lot more sense to go just based solely off of like monetary values to go with RMB, like Chinese money, right? It was big, like the conversion rate was really great for us, whereas in Japan, like the USD and yen are very close. So the first 2 goals are really covered way better in China. Whereas maybe the 3rd goal, I feel like it can be attained anywhere, right? No matter where you are, as long as you get to go to a different country or a new place, you're going to meet new people, try new food, see new cultures, see new places. So actually what Mo told me to maybe I could work in China, these are what he said really backed up my 3 goals of what I wanted to do with going abroad, right? Paying off my loan for number 1. Number 2 was saving money to be able to restart life after comfortably. And number 3 was seeing new things. I think it checked all the boxes. Even though a lot of people might say, oh, going to China, oh, it's scary, but I wanted to see something new. You know what I mean? So I was already rejected from Japan. And after hearing Mo's proposition and getting in contact with the people in China, they did want me to come. I had the right certification. I needed to get a couple more certificates, actually, but I started to compare the cost of living. And if you're interested in moving abroad or moving anywhere, really, this is a great website for you to check out. It's called costoflive.com. I guess the URL was taken. But you can see, I don't know exactly what index they pull from, but from what I've seen, it's pretty dang accurate. So I was just checking out maybe apartment 1 bedroom in a city center, like in downtown, will be $241, right? So I would compare this to my hometown, like 30 minutes south from Seattle, where a 1 bedroom apartment, not even anywhere near downtown, would be like $1,000. So I could see how much money I could save just from going to Yantai, right? And yeah, the payment that we get in China in terms of the sheer volume is a lot less, but if you compare it with the cost of living, it's a lot better, right? So the average net salary for a normal Chinese citizen will be $713. I'm not going to disclose how much I make, but it's more than that, right? So, but utilities, right, will be $48 a month. Maybe in US in Seattle where I live will be like 100, maybe, give or take. The food is all pretty similar here, except for eating out. You can eat out literally a whole meal for just $2 in China, which is just freaking crazy. We can get taxi rides. Taxi right here, the normal tariff is 25 cents per km, right? A 1 hour waiting taxi will be $2. So I can drive maybe 5 km on a taxi. That would be what, maybe $1.25. It's crazy. So I was comparing all these prices on the cost of living and conversions and everything, and it just made more and more sense to go to China. Because even if I got a really well-paying job, or not really well-paying, let's say like 80,000 a year in my hometown near Seattle, it would come out to maybe like, I would save maybe 10K per year after having to pay for a young single male's car insurance, which is just one example, which is crazy expensive. It'll be like $300 a month maybe, because I'm a man, right? Or having to pay the phone $100 a month, pay rent $1,000 a month, then you gotta pay for more expensive food, you gotta pay for gas. Whereas in China, I don't need a car. I don't gotta pay car insurance. I don't gotta pay for gas. I can just take the subway for literally 10 cents for every single ride. I can do that twice a day to go to work. Or I can go out to eat at a restaurant and pay literally $2 to eat. It just made so much more sense. Even though, yeah, the amount that I'm taking home, just by numerics, is less, but I'm actually saving more. So it made a lot more sense just to come over here. Now, don't get me wrong. Not everything is cheaper in China. There's a lot of things that are actually very similar in price, especially things that are kind of things of comfort for expats, right? So to get Western food, if I'm not a big candy person, but say I want to get sour Skittles. That's like my favorite candy in the world. Sometimes I crave it. I have to order it on Taobao, which is like the Amazon of China, from Canada, and send it all the way here. And it's gonna cost crazy money just to be able to get it, just to feel that like a little bit of comfort of home. There's also any real Western restaurant, any real one, a good one, is gonna charge even expensive in US. Maybe if you want to get a pizza, it's gonna be $15, $16, $17 in that range to get a small like 12-inch pizza. So don't get me wrong, not everything is cheaper. Actually, sometimes meat can be more expensive here. Pork is what's most expensive in China. It's more expensive than the US. But as long as you know how to manage your money, which something I've been practicing a lot because I've always been bad at it. So something I've really been focusing on. You can really save your money. But I don't want to paint it like everything is cheaper here. That's totally not true. So now comes the time you're going to say, well, Cade, man, you're telling me all this stuff. Are you telling me to move to China? And I gotta tell you, no, that's not at all what I'm telling you. China is not for everyone. I can tell you that straight up. It chews some people up and spits them out. Respectfully, right? But like I've had friends who just they couldn't handle the cultural differences, the different things, sometimes. And this is true anywhere, really, right? But sometimes you just gotta put your head down, shut up, get your work done, and go home. There's sometimes you gotta pick your battles, right? China is a place where you really gotta pick your battles, and a lot of people don't like that. So, no, I'm not telling you that you should move to China. However, if you're on this channel right now, either you know me, or you're interested in expat life, you're interested in being an expat. So no, I'm not telling you to move to China. But what I'm telling you is, if you have even the slightest feeling of, oh yeah, I want to move abroad. Yeah, I want to go to a new country. Then I want you to do your research. I want you to make a smart decision. Even if you're just the smallest idea, the more research you do, you can see it's a very feasible thing for you to do. Not only feasible, but can actually be beneficial monetarily, emotionally. You can see new things. You can build new memories. So what I really want to do with this video specifically, but also my future ones, is I want to be able to, I don't know, if I can just like inspire one person to go abroad in the future, that would make me so dang happy. That's something I really want to do because, I really enjoy my time out here. So I just want someone to be able to kind of watch what I'm doing and be able to want to do that as well. There are tons outside of China, right? There are tons of beautiful countries that are rich with opportunity that you yourself right now can pursue right now. And I just get through these videos, I want to give you just a small look into life. And if you're interested in it, I want you to just follow that feeling, follow that hunch, and you can do your research to be able to move abroad, both in a safe way, safe for your, of course, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your monetary well-being. But it's not just China. Yeah, I'm gonna be making a lot of China-centric content, but ultimately, this is just an expat experience that I want to share with you. So I'm gonna wrap up the video now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be really honest. There's probably just gonna be like 2 people that watch this, but I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is something that I've wanted to do since I'm a kid. I want to make videos my whole life, but I've always been shy about it. I've always been worried like no one's gonna watch it, or the people that are gonna watch it, they're gonna hate on me. They're gonna be rude or whatever, make fun of me. But I don't care anymore. I really don't care. I'm just gonna be making videos whether anyone watches it or not. But if you watched all the way to the end, which if you did, you are so freaking cool. I appreciate you. Please, I never thought I'd be one of these guys, right, to say this, but please subscribe so that we can go through this journey together. You can see my new uploads. There's gonna be a lot more content coming out. I'm hoping to start with one video every 2 weeks just so I can fall into the flow of it. But of course, I want to bring up the frequency more after that. But I'm starting on a reasonable goal, okay? But really, this is a big leap of faith for me. This is something that I've wanted to do forever, but I've always been real chicken about. So if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more content like this, I appreciate you. I really do. So until the next time, 2 weeks from now, I'm holding myself accountable. I'll see you next time. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah. All right. Well, I'm out of here. Thank you.